parents, we do all we can to protect our kids and help them prepare for the future.
And part of that means creating wills and trusts.
Our expert, David Carrier, is here to talk about that topic. Such a good topic because everyone, you know, you have to do it, but it's something that people don't know a lot about.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
and that's not a good idea.
No, that's right. And April 15th doesn't roll around like your tax, you know, you put off your taxes, but April 15th rolls around, well, you don't know when you're going to actually need your will or trust, your estate plan.
Right, anything can happen.
That's exactly right. And you know, most of the time, one of the most frequent questions we get is, what's the difference between wills and trusts? Right. Everyone's yakety-yak, you know, a will, a trust, and people tell you time and time again, I'm not going to go through probate, I have a will. And I said, well, you know, it ain't quite that way. A will is simply instructions to the probate court. That's what it is. And a trust is very different. Now, I brought some of my good friends today to help us explain the difference between wills and trusts.
I like your friends. They make things look so simple.
That's well, we do what we can, right?
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you've ever gone into the let's say you went in the supermarket, okay, and all you wanted to do was buy a croissant, all right? You're going in for a loaf of bread. Well, that's what Barbie did, okay? We need a close-up here on Barbie.
That's right, yeah.
See,
So Barbie went in, but
she went into the supermarket, right? And she went in to buy the croissant. But like everybody else, 'cause that's all she was going to do. She just ran in. That's what she's going to do. And of course, as she went in there, she saw all kinds of other stuff that she would like to get on sale, on the end caps.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Quote needed.
Yeah.
Exactly. So Barbie's got her all the stuff. Now, that's fine, and this is how most people go through life.
Right.
See, they own everything in their own name, right? So like you do, you have your checking account, your house, your whatever it is, whatever it is. You own it all in your own name. It's just like Barbie carrying around all her groceries around the store. Now, that's fine as far as it goes. But what happens if Barbie slips and falls? Now, I don't want any complaints. I got phone calls last time about Papa Smurf.
Oh, okay.
Well, the same thing's going to happen to Barbie.
Uh-oh.
There's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah.
These are just characters.
Yeah.
Just characters. They're not real.
They're not real people.
Fictitious,
So,
right?
yes.
So anyway, so Barbie slips and falls, and what happens to all that stuff she's carrying around?
It makes a mess.
Well,
it goes everywhere.
boom. Oh, poor Barbie.
Okay.
Oops. So Barbie, the EMTs come out, take Barbie
They
away.
take Barbie away.
In the meantime, her stuff is all over the floor.
Right.
So what happens to it? Well, number one, of course, the family comes out and they want to grab their share.
Oh, yeah,
Okay?
absolutely.
But in the store, who cleans up the mess? Now, Barbie has made a mess. So who cleans up the mess?
Ken.
Ken. That's right. This is probate court Ken. And he's here to clean up the mess and put the stuff where Barbie wanted it.
How does he know?
He doesn't know, first of all, because in this case, Barbie didn't even leave a will. Ken's looking around, hey, where's the will? There is no will. And these people say, I want my stuff, I want my stuff. No, well, hey. Then the probate court has its own idea, the state protected individual code has its own idea about where that stuff ought to go. And so that's the job of the probate. Now, what if Barbie had written a will? That's instructions to this guy as to where she wants the stuff to go. Okay. Now, who's the probate court going to listen to? And by probate court, I mean the person who's appointed by the probate court, which would be the personal representative.
Right.
Okay. Now, who's it going to listen to? The piece of paper or all these people yapping around? Well, sometimes it's the piece of paper, and sometimes it's the people yapping around. I mean, there's enough, Anna Nicole Smith, you've heard all the stories, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So, that's a will. Will is instructions to this guy, to the probate court, as to what you want to have happen when you made a mess.
Okay.
Now, what if you didn't make a mess? Well, glad you asked. Terry, could you help me with the cross
sure,
out there?
absolutely.
There we go.
Because we like to avoid messes if we
We like
can.
to avoid messes.
That's right, and we like things
Life
to
is
smell
messy
nice
enough.
and avoid messes. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You're on the right day.
Okay. Well, that's what the trust is. The trust is I know it looks like a bus. Use your...
It's a shopping cart.
That's a shopping cart.
Yes,
exactly right.
absolutely.
Suspend disbelief for a moment.
We can see that.
Okay. And now Barbie is pushing her shopping cart. So what you do is you put all your stuff into the trust. So now the trust holds your bank accounts, holds your house, holds your fresh milk, all the rest of this stuff. And
your kids, maybe, where you want your kids to, or that's a different thing.
Yeah, but it controls the stuff. Your kids don't go in the shopping cart.
Okay.
Not anymore, anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens now? So, now you've got your stuff in the shopping cart. That's what we call funding the trust.
Okay.
Lots of people will get the trust and not fund it, which is crazy.
Okay.
Because it's like carrying around all your stuff and an empty shopping cart.
Oh.
So now Barbie has funded her trust. See, she's been very responsible. She's funded her trust. Whoops, she slips and falls again. Ah! Okay.
No mess.
No mess. That's right.
And then successor trustee, not probate court Ken, but successor trustee Ken comes out and says, oh, look, Barbie wanted this to go here and that to go there. In the meantime, these guys can yell all they want, you know. Who cares?
It's in the
Exactly right. What's going to happen is what the successor trustee wanted to happen, what Barbie wanted to happen, because the stuff is in the shopping cart. You know, sometimes people say, oh, avoid probate, and you think, well, how does a trust avoid probate? And they think it's like, you know, Harry Potter and the magic wand or whatever. It's really a very common sense sort of thing. The reason it avoids probate is because there's no mess. So if you become disabled, for example, and you don't have your power of attorney in place or your trust, now who's going to sign for you? Who's going to do all that stuff? Well, probate court Ken will do it for you.
And you see it. You deal with this business all the time. You see how families can be in a situation, and you also see the unexpected.
Right.
You know, the unexpected death. Obviously, you know, you hear, unfortunately, all sorts of things, accidents happening, and so it's good to have these things in place, even though there are things that we don't want to think about, and you're offering an opportunity for people to get on track and prevent mess, right?
Exactly right. And that's what our workshops are, really. It's an opportunity. This one, the one that's coming up on Saturday, it's full.
But you have others
every week. You know, that's the thing. It's not a call before midnight tonight. You know, or you can't get in. Or, it's not like that. It's a start of a process. You know, it's an interesting process, an exciting process. Lots of times, families have been putting it off and putting it off. I don't know anybody, present company excluded, of course, right? Been putting it off, but. You know, the workshops are really a good opportunity to start figuring out, well, what goes in the shopping cart and what exactly do I want to have happen to my stuff.
Right. And they're great conversations to have, and I love that you call it a life plan, because really it is an important part of planning for your life to let people know what you want to have happen upon your death.
Exactly right.
Or disability.
Death or disability, that's right.
So you can reserve a spot. Of course, it doesn't cost anything to attend the workshop. And so, David, thank you so much for getting us thinking about something that
thank
we
you guys.
Really important stuff.
And thank you, Ken. Thank you, Barbie.
Yes. Keep the Smurfs away.
We'll be right back.
This is 8 West.